Well, y'all, we're going to take a little bit of a lighter tack on this video because CNN, our favorite analyst, Harry Enton, just did one of two things. He either said that the Democrats are the most powerful force on the planet, or that Kamala Harris is just abysmally bad, and you can choose which one, but I promise you, it is hard to overlook the obvious of what they're trying to present here. Again, this is going to be a little bit lighter of a take. I hope you have some fun. Grab a beverage, grab some popcorn, prime yourself for our live PM show tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's get right into this. I'm not going to bury the lead on you. I wouldn't do it to you because that is just disrespectful. All right, you can follow me at Braden LOA on X. Let's jump right into this. All right, guys. I do love me some Harry Enton. He's the main lead data polling guy at CNN. That's him right over there, being very, very animated. I didn't even make that image up. I mean, it's literally, that's just the way that he is. But I want to just point something out. Now, the whole point of this segment is to reinforce the Democrats are going to win in this blue wave massive thing. It's incredible. We've never seen anything before. Again, there's lots and lots and lots of stuff that I have questions about. However, I can't get past the idea that they're using Kamala Harris as the bottom line basement level number and then saying, look how much we're outperforming. Y'all, sometimes you just have to have fun, and this is going to be one of those videos. All right, let's get into it. Take it away, Harry. I want to hear what you have to say for the people.
Yeah, Donald Trump made huge gains in 2024 versus 2020 in New York, but now we're looking at a huge Democratic rebound. What are we talking about here? Okay, so you go back, Democrats' margins in New York. In 2024, Kamala Harris won New York by just 13 points. Not a very wide margin at all. But take a look here for New York. Look at how the House Democrats going for the House of Representatives are polling now for 2026. Look at that wide, huge advantage. That is doubling the margin that Kamala Harris had back in 2024. They're up by 27 points. And of course, there are a lot of Republican representatives in New York. You know, talk about Mike Lawler up in the Hudson Valley, right? When you see numbers like this, you have to be really worried if you're Mike Lawler, because we're talking about a huge Democratic rebound in New York. And oftentimes, Democratic majorities are built on states like New York, eliminating the few Republicans that actually represent it in the House.
Okay, just asking for a friend. I'm sure you guys can have a little bit of fun with this one in the comments down there. Is that saying that Harris was that bad, or is that saying that Democrats are that great? Which one here? Because one of them is objectively true, and one of them is a stretch and reach to be polite. Y'all, they're using Kamala Harris as the basement line, bottom line number, and they're saying, look at how much they've rebounded. So she was that bad? Okay. Maybe there's more, because they do it again. Y'all, I told you, this was going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more point and laugh. Watch.
This is what it's looking like in New York. How about California?
Yeah, okay. California has a ton of Republicans, right? And obviously there's a redistricting where Democrats want to eliminate as many Republicans as possible from the House of Representatives. Take a look here. Kamala Harris, again, she won, but this is actually a relatively small margin for Democrats. She won by 20 points out on the West Coast in the big state of California. But take a look at the 2026 House polling. Again, Democrats, a big rebound. This looks a whole heck of a lot more like 2020 than it does like 2024, with Democrats up by 28 points on the House ballot. Again, this is the type of thing that can help aid a Democratic majority. As I said, you go back to the big Democratic waves, 2006, 2018, those House majorities were oftentimes built on getting rid of those few Republicans that exist in those big blue states. And this is the type of number, if you're Democrats, you're giving 2 thumbs up for, because this looks like the type of number you want if you want a Democratic majority in the House.
Okay. Guys, you have to understand this. First of all, do you notice like the Democrat CPR that is happening? It's like, clear! Because it's like, oh my God, guys, you might get the majority in the House. Look, we've rebounded from absolute horrible to normal. Wait a minute. Normal? Again, keep in mind, Kamala Harris has now been used twice as a bottom line basement number that don't break below, and they're now rebounding from the basement bottom line to the old norms. That's not gaining back everything. She was only up 20 points in California. Wait until I show you the live stream tonight where they're literally celebrating about a voter registration bump in California for Democrats. Like, it defies logic. But basically what we're doing now is we're going down the road of, guys, there's big hope for a Democrat majority. Look, we're rebounding to normal. So you're either saying that Kamala Harris and her coalition was so abysmally bad, and Spirit Fingers Walls, who is effectively bent over a barrel in Minnesota, or you're saying that we're back to normal. You understand? That's what's happening right now. All right, you know what? I got some more for you. Watch this, and we're gonna walk through the entire thing together, guys. I've got a lot more into this clip, and we're gonna hit more of it in the live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you there. Let's get it.
Got New York, you've got California, but let's talk about Texas, which has been such a central focus when you look at redistricting efforts and just a lot that has been going on there, especially in just the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. You know, we mentioned, of course, that Texas 9th special election that happened on Saturday, right? That did not happen in isolation. Again, Republicans have been hoping to squeeze out more Republican seats from that state with the redistricting efforts, right? These are the types of numbers that should really worry Republicans. Okay, Republicans margins in Texas. Trump won it by 14 points. But look at the generic ballot, the generic House ballot. Now we're talking about a Republican advantage of just 2 points. That was a big influence in terms of what happened in Texas 9. Yeah, they got a good candidate, but it was also the environment has shifted so much to the left, right? This looks a whole heck of a lot like what we saw in 2018 when Republicans barely won that House vote. You put this together with this, and all of a sudden you can see how Democrats can really bring out a lot of seats from the big states, the blue ones in California and New York, and of course the red one historically in the state of Texas.
So what are the prediction markets saying about this?
Yeah, okay.
About the House?
Yeah, so just take a look here. The chance of a blowout. This is the chance.
All right, he doesn't need to say it. I'll just tell you. They are on CNN, on this segment, they are openly saying we've recovered from the lows of Kamala Harris, who is by far, by the way, the most intelligent, best candidate ever, but also the bottom line vote getter ever, right? That simultaneous, anyway. So now we're going from, the Republicans are going to get 193 House seats. They're currently at 219. That would be a cataclysmic thing. That is highly unlikely. I never say impossible. You guys know that. But again, this entire segment is meant to do CPR. That's what you're looking at. You are watching the Democrats throw Kamala Harris under the bus as the baseline bottom line number, and now they're rebounding to the normal levels. Y'all, I'm just saying, this was absolutely worth every second of it. And I will see you guys tonight at the 9 p.m. Eastern Time live show. I'm Braden. Later.